Hi, welcome to my channel. In this video I'd like to explain you the difference between switches, between one-way, two-way and three-way switch, and also between 1, 2 or 3 gang switches. And also I'm gonna talk about the single pole and double pole isolators. So as you see, I've got 3 different switches here. Also got buttons that controls the light in the middle. So this switch with one button is a one gang switch. This switch with 2 buttons in the middle is 2 gang switch, and the switch with the 3 buttons is a 3 gang switch. Now when you turn it over, you will see they're also different at the back. So basically each button on this side has got one section on this side. So this one has got one section. This one has got 2 sections. Maybe it looks like one, but they completely separate. This 3 terminals in one section, and this 3 terminals this is another section. The same with the 3 button, 3 gang switch. See these lines? This separates the sections. And each section controls a set of lights of completely different locations. So basically, when you switch this off, this controls this section. When you switch this off, this controls this section. They are separate and they don't touch each other. So gangs means buttons in the middle of the plate. Now the ways means from how many ways or how many locations you can control one light of one set of lights. So for example, this switch is a one gang, one-way switch, and this switch is a one gang, two-way switch. If you can see the difference, I tell you, here it looks exactly the same, but on the other side, the one-way switch has got just 2 terminals, so you can connect just one wire from basically 2 wires, but it's permanent life and switch life. So 2 wires from one location. So this can control, when you switch it on and off, just one light at one location or set of lights. And this switch has got 3 terminals, as you see. So you can control, when you use 2 of this and you link it together, you can control the same light of set of lights from 2 different locations. And also quite important thing, there's the one-way switch. Obviously you connect the wires into here, so permanent life to the COM, switch life to the L1, and the two-way switch, this, if you connect just these 2 wires, it can work as a one-way switch. So basically you just don't put anything in the two-way or L2, you connect the permanent life to COM and the switch life to one-way, and then it works as a one-way switch. So now I'm gonna explain you a bit clearer. So let's take off this. So this, we agree, is one gang, two-way switch. This is one gang, two-way switch as well. So these 2 are exactly the same as one of this. So basically these 2 one gang, two-way switches do the same job as this 2 gang, two-way switch. Just you have to imagine these 2 are squeezed into one plate. When you turn it over, you see this one's got one section, and this section is, let's say, this one. When you turn it over, this also has got one section, and this section is here. And the same with the 3 gang two-way switch. You have to imagine you've got exactly the same one gang two-way switches. So these 3 are squeezed into one plate, because when you turn it over, you've got 3 sections. Each of this switch behind's got one section. So they do, just this plate do the same job as these 3 switches. Just as convenient to have it on one plate. So once more, one gang, one-way switch it's got just 2 terminals, and this can control one light of set of lights from one location. One gang 2-way switch. It's got 3 terminals, and when you link 2 together, you can control the same light or set of lights from 2 different locations. Now, 3-way switching, it means you can switch on and off one light of set of lights from 3 different locations. So to do it, you need to use 3 switches. These 2 on the sides are 2-way switches, and this one is an intermediate switch. It's got, as you see, 4 terminals in it. So you just place it in between these 2 in some different locations, and then you can control one light of set of lights. If you want 4-way switches, you use 2 of these in between the 2-way switches. There's no such a thing like a one gang 3-way switch. 3-way switching, you need to use all 3 switches. I hope I explained you everything quite clearly, so now you can buy the right switch. Now I'm gonna talk about the single pole and double pole sockets. So in here we've got double socket outlet. You can buy both single pole socket outlet or double pole socket outlet. The difference is at the switch. You've got 2 small switches here. So basically when you buy single pole socket outlet, so the switch disconnects only the live terminal from the socket outlet. If you buy double pole socket outlet, so the switch disconnects both live and neutral terminals. A good example of one pole switch is a one gang 1-way switch, because you can connect it only the live wire here. So this disconnect just the live wire, not the neutral. The fan isolator is a triple pole switch. It isolates 3 wires connected to it. So when you turn it over, you see it's got 6 terminals, 3 on the load side, 3 on the supply side. You connect it neutral, switch live and the live. So when you switch it off, it disconnects all of them at the same time. So there's no power at the extractor fan, and then you can easily maintain it or disconnect it. A good example of double pole switch is the main switch at the consumer unit. You see it's got neutral and live cables going into it. So when you switch it off, this disconnects both the live and the neutral. So DP or double pole means this disconnects both neutral and the live, and SP or single pole means this disconnects only the live wire. Thank you for watching. I always try to explain you in the easiest way I could. So if you like my videos and you think they are quite helpful, please subscribe to my channel.